Hey, what's up? Nick from BioGear. Thank you for tuning in to another video. In this one, we're going to be checking out a new backpack called the Carrymove backpack by Carrymove. It's a really neat backpack. I got an early sample, so let's take a look at it, see if there's something you should get. Okay, so what we're dealing with here is an early sample for the Carrymove backpack. This is an expandable backpack that expands from 30 liters up to 39 via a nice expandable zipper that goes around the whole bag. That zipper specifically expands the center main compartment. This is a luggage travel style backpack, but it's also a daily carry style backpack. And this is actually an extremely well engineered bag. And I'm very happy to say that because the brains that went into putting this bag together, laying the pockets out, designing some key features of this bag to make it unique, usable, accessible, they did a very, very good job. I don't hand that compliment out very often, but I'm very impressed with this bag. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off with the back, it is a laptop backpack. We do have a laptop compartment here. The zippers only come down a few inches from the top, which is absolutely fine for me. Two zippers that are both lockable. They are YKK zippers, and they do have an eyelet so you can lock them if you choose to keep people out of your bag. This bag does open up to a extremely well padded and very soft, like fleece-like lining for your laptop. It does have a small gusset, so anything that you throw inside of there will be able to sit nicely, firmly, and pretty deep. This is a 14-inch MacBook Pro. Obviously, that fits without any problem. And I have a 16-inch 2025 Lenovo Legion gaming laptop that is quite large, and it fits in there with absolutely great ample space, especially vertically. So this is a very nice pocket. I believe on the sample that'll be shipping out to most people, there's going to be about a 1-inch false bottom where this laptop will be essentially floating in its own sleeve and preventing it from hitting the ground. As for this review sample here, it's a little closer to the ground, but there's like 2 layers of padding down here, so even if it stayed like this, it's pretty much phenomenal or perfect. And yeah, I'm very happy about that. So passing on to that though, if you do decide to get their bulk deals, they also have a sleeve here, which is a nice quality, extremely weather resistant type of like a rubberized coating or canvas type sleeve here. It's also a magnetic lid, has a pocket that splits into actually 3 different sections down here with another waterproof zipper, and a nice soft inside. Not quite the same fleece material here, just a little less fluffy, but still very nice, gets the job done. Easily fits a 14-inch MacBook Pro in here like butter, and I believe my 16-inch fit in there too. I should probably go check. Okay. Big meaty boy. Ooh, it's tight. It goes. Okay, so the 16-inch MacBook Pro does fit inside this thing, but it is a little tighter than I care for. It is still accessible, it just takes up almost the entire thing. So yes, you can fit a 16-inch MacBook Pro in here too. So this sleeve, you can now actually drop into the front part of this compartment and carry 2 laptops inside here, no problem if you so choose to do so. It starts getting a little tight in there, but realistically it's not horrible. Just not something I tend to do, like cramming stuff in there, but that is absolutely an option. If you chose not to put your laptop inside here and only use your laptop inside the sleeve, you can easily drop that either into the laptop compartment itself for a nice super double protection bundle here where the laptop is completely padded up, so very safe for travel. Or you could just leave it out or whatever. So at least this way it's separable. You know, if you decide that you want to take your laptop and go somewhere, meeting or something like that, you have access to it, carry it in its own little sleeve with whatever else you decide to throw inside it. So that is pretty cool. I'm very happy that that's an option. It's pretty smart to be able to do it that way. Okay, moving on from the laptop compartment, you do have a nice, very thick, very foamy handle here up top. I like this handle a lot. As you can see, I'm picking up the backpack with some weight in there. There is a laptop in there, and it still holds a nice rectangular shape. It doesn't rip the sides of the bag completely in, which bothers me to no end. But that handle is super nice. You have that nice external polyester material, and you have this nice super soft inside covered in foam. So handles A1, very awesome there, can't get any better. Before we get into the main compartment, we're gonna go ahead and hit these front pockets here. You do have this nice front pocket at the very, very front of the bag that goes from the top all the way down to the bottom, and there's no other organization inside of here. It just is nice and clean, nice and smooth. It does have that, you know, type of parachute material crap in here that I never like, but not bad otherwise. You can throw whatever you want in there. The zippers are super smooth all over this bag, by the way. And just side note, these are the zipper pulls that come with the bag. It comes with these nice stylized little pull type zippers. I end up swapping out to my own little yellow zipper pulls that I tend to use so often. They'll be linked in Amazon in the description down below. But I just like adding a little splash of color, so I end up swapping zipper pulls whenever I can. Yeah, moving on though, very top pocket though is a nice, another slightly fleece lined type pocket. Great spot for sunglasses or anything else that you want to keep safe inside there, cell phone, whatever. It's nice that there's no key leash inside of here too. That always kind of rubs me the wrong way when they have a pocket that seems like this is a good spot to put your sunglasses, and there's a key leash in there that could potentially scratch your glasses. So this is the good move here, and it is just for your glasses or whatever else you want to put in there and keep safe. Front pocket is really nice on this bag, actually. The two zippers go way far down, only a couple inches from the bottom, and you have a nice wide open access panel in here for organizing your junk. I am absolutely stoked that this exists. Another cool feature here is that key leash I was talking about earlier, it is removable. You can actually take this and unhook it from here and totally have it out of your life. So if this is something that you don't intend to ever use, which I typically don't, it's gone. You can hang something else here if you choose. You don't need to. Awesome move. I love customization. That is great. The backmost pocket of this bag is padded. It's not a whole lot of padding, but it is padded. So this is a great spot for tablets. I actually really like keeping my own iPad Pro in here, as there's not necessarily another like tablet sleeve else in the bag. This kind of is it, and I'm super glad to throw my iPad Pro with the keyboard and Apple Pencil in here anytime. You can even fit a 14-inch MacBook in here, no problem, as we will now demonstrate. So if you carry two laptops, this is actually a really cool option too. You can technically fit easily a good 3 or 4 laptops in this bag, just depending on what you need. So again, having the ability to use the bag however you want is awesome. You do have this nice zippered pocket here that opens up into an RFID blocking pocket here. This is a good spot to throw your wallet, keys, whatever the heck that you don't want skimmed. You can throw that in there if you're worried about it. You do have another stretchy pocket here, which is slightly stretchy and elastic. Behind that is still this, again, that water abrasive cleanable material that I can't really stand. And then you have multiple pockets here as well for organization. These are slightly stretchy, which is interesting, and they don't go super deep, but you do have the ability to throw more stuff in here too, which is cool. So on the bottom you do have 2 other pockets that don't go super deep, but they are there for whatever else, mice, power adapters, cables, whatever. There's the zipper pulls I was talking about. And then you still have the access to the rest of the bottom in here too. So if you want to drop some more stuff in here, you can. You have 2 more pockets here on the lid. You have a nice mesh zippered pocket, and then you have another one of these pockets with the parachute stuff inside of it. So awesome little organizer in here. I'm actually super stoked about this. This is by far one of the best solutions on a backpack I've seen. I like being able to get in, do full organization top to bottom. Some bags keep all their pockets up top, so the bag gets really top heavy and ends up weighing down on itself. Not a good idea. This being able to put your heavier stuff low, your thicker items lower, your tablet's not like free floating and causing more weight issues. You can also put that down weight, all the way to the bottom of the bag. So very smart, glad to see all that. Again, great engineering on this type of bag, or this front pocketing system. It's really nice. So we will zip this up and get this out of the way. So to emphasize, when we're getting into this main compartment here, this is kind of where the bag transfers from being like traditional style, with the laptop compartment's more traditional style. The front pocketing here is a little more traditional in the sense that you can access it standing up. It's easy to get into most of all the pockets in the bag, but once you get into this main compartment here, it's a little more on the travel side. So there are 2 zippers to get into this main compartment, and you can access it by leaving this one parked here where it ends the throw and bringing the other one down as far as you really need to, and you can kind of get into this main compartment without having to fully undo it. But the intent here is that it is more travel style. So you will grab the zippers, go all the way around the bag, flip that door open, and now you are inside of a packable travel style suitcase bag. So you can actually take this door that also zips all the way around for the main compartment here, and it does have a tie system where you could roll it up, grab this little hook, and tie it. Okay, and so now that allows you to actually still get into the bag from like the top or the side a little easier without having to do another zipper if you so choose. But if you're putting clothing and stuff in here, this net is nice to have. So on the door though, we do have this waterproof pocket here, labeled as a waterproof pocket, and it looks kind of like a shower curtain, but it is a rubbery pocket both sides. So anything that you throw in here, I imagine that you could spill and it won't get into the rest of your bag. So you'll have to figure out how to clean that out if something does spill in here, like shampoo or whatever else, bar soap. But at least nothing that goes in this bag I expect will get out of it. That zipper's not the most water resistant appearing to me, so it could potentially leak that way, but as long as your bag's upright, I doubt anything's getting out of this. So anyway, that is your dedicated pocket for that. You do have two pockets up here, which are both stretchy, and it does divide halfway, which is cool. I do like the option of having two instead of just a single one there. And then moving on to the main compartment here, not super tall in its default 30-liter configuration, but it's well padded, very well padded around the sides, and you do have the ability to put stuff in there like Nintendo Switch 2, no problem. Anything else on top, great, you can fit that. The sling that they do sell, in addition to everything else, that can also go in here just fine. So if you do keep your bag typically really thin, which it's good at staying thin when it's in the 30-liter state, this is a nice little pocket for that. Now, if you decide that you need to travel and, you know, you need to carry some stuff in here, like your toiletry kit or whatever else, because you're going out of town, then you can grab onto the zippers that are parked here at the low right side of the bag, go all the way around the bag, keep chasing. Once you're done with that, this bag now expands quite a bit. So now you have a 39-liter bag in here, and it will fit other stuff made for packing. So clothes, jackets, anything else is now completely on the table for what you can carry. Again, this is quite a thick little toiletry kit that Toomey makes, and I use this thing anytime I'm going out of town. So that fits in here great. And there's kind of like a little shelf for the zipper too, so you kind of know where the top is at as you're finishing up your zipping method, but you can put in a lot of stuff in here. Now, I mean, the switch and this cover here too, the sling, both fit in there too. So now you're packed. You can totally travel with this thing, go out of town, hit the road, do whatever, and your office bag is now your travel bag. So I really like that. I think it's super cool that can do it. Once this is expanded though, the material that folds naturally, it's not as stiff as the rest of the fabric on the bag. This bag has a lot of foam support inside of it, and just that one little expansion point is the weak point. So seen some on the marketing material too, that the bag tends to kind of like lag a little bit once you have it, but hey, I mean, this thing still stands up absolutely fantastic. Just gets a little sacky here, and that is absolutely a great price to pay for the ability to have 39 liters of space. And you know, if this is the only bag that you're considering buying for a while, especially because the price is really nice, you now have a really cool bag that can carry everything you need, travel or daily. So it's also nice to be able to sink a bag that's expandable after, let's say you get to where you're going. Like when I took my trip to Alaska, I took my expandable bag and I was able to shrink the bag after getting on the boat, unpacking, and then I had my slimmer backpack to carry with me on the boat and also on land. I didn't need to carry, you know, toiletry kit and stuff on me whenever I was out traveling. And as part of a reverse process, you just grab that zipper, chase it all the way back around, and you're done. You're back to a nice slim profile again. So that is absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna zip up this main compartment because there's nothing left inside of there to see. And now we'll move on to the last couple touches of the bag. So this sling, if you choose to buy the sling and or the laptop sleeve, I think this is a cool little accessory that can also be attached to the front of the bag. There are these hooks that can be tucked away or just completely removed because they are carabiner clips. And you can take these hooks and you can attach them all to the bag just by clipping them. I'm only going to do two so you can get the idea of how it looks like when it's on. But basically it'll just hang from the front of the bag, and you have a detachable, usable, extra set of storage here on the front of the bag too. Plus, if you don't like the shape of the full rectangle, this kind of breaks up the shape of it too. I actually like the shape of the flat panel, so it doesn't bother me at all. And yeah, you have a totally another sling that can be used with it. In case you're curious about this sling, it does have what looks like a front pocket up here, and that's false, it does not. It's just a nice style piece here too that looks like it's a rainproof zipper, but it's not. You have the top zipper here, which goes into a nice deep pocket that covers most of the front of the bag, nothing else inside of it. And then you have two zippers to get into the main section here, one little tech pocket here on the back, and another zipper here as well in case you want to stuff something else inside of here. So very capable little sling here, especially if it's something that you're including on the exterior of your bag for use later. It's kind of nice. So it's a pretty neat little system, very modular actually, which is cool. They do also give you the strap too. I'm not sure if the strap is included with the bag or just the sling itself, so that detail will have to be looked up online. But you can take this strap, clip it to your sling, and then now you have, a sling that you can take with you. And you can also do the really cool thing with this bag, which we'll start getting into now, which is there's a side handle here and 2 hooks on the top. So you can actually take this, click it here, and now you have a kind of duffel bag instead. And here's one other cool part of this bag that I like so much. This back panel makes that possible because right here in the middle, it's separable. You can put your straps in between, cover it back up, and it Velcros. And so now you're done. You can actually just use this thing as an office side bag in case you want to use it that way, which is really cool. I love having the option to do that, especially because if I'm just carrying this bag like this, which I tend to do very often in case I need to carry an extra load out, I can now get the straps nice and tucked together to where it's no longer an issue for me to carry it and have the straps dangling everywhere. So very cool. I'm very pleased to see that option there. Putting it back is just as simple, and you're done. So there is a pass through here for your suitcase, for your handlebar. There's also a zipper under here that is pretty hard to get into, but that's kind of the point. You can unzip this all the way across, drop something in from the top, and hide your valuables, cash, whatever. So that pocket is actually pretty freaking hard to find, at least, so very good. These straps are fantastic. They are flat, they are really well padded. They got this nice meshing here, so it's very comfortable. Both the back panel plates, the straps here up top, everything is super comfortable, and it hugs my shoulders absolutely phenomenally. So I will give these straps at least a 9 out of 10 for the fact that they sit so well, they feel so good on my back, and I am very much enjoying using it. This sternum strap is also not necessary, but does help the bag stay in its set place once you have everything all strapped up and dialed in. And man, this bag is really comfortable. There's something about tall backpacks that, even though I prefer like 14-inch style backpacks, the real tall ones like this, they can fit a 17-inch laptop, are so comfortable on your back, especially for long periods of time. Like I feel like this thing's just fading away on my body right now, which is awesome. So straps are a 10 out of 10. I really like them. To mention more, there is a couple little hooks here in case you want to clip a little AirPods clip or something to it. You can do that. And there's also a strap up here, which I'm not quite sure. I've not really used these kinds of things before. I don't know what the intent is to use these or strap up to it, so I'll have to look into that. But other than that, simple plastic hardware here for the pulls. They have stayed put since I've set them, which is wonderful. And lastly, I only had just found about this not really long ago, but there is a zipper here on this left pocket that you can get into and put a credit card or cash or something else. It is flat, but it is usable. So yeah, overall, I don't think I'm missing anything. There's an hidden AirTag pocket in here, which is pretty cool too. So yeah, you'll have to look up where to find that one. Last but not least, there is a water bottle pocket on this bag as well. So you can grab this zipper here on the left, it's tucked on the back, zip straight down, reach in, and pull out this smashed up water bottle pocket. There is a hook too. If you have a larger, heavier flask, you should use this. Just goes around and hooks onto its own little spot here. So now the bag has offered itself a place to put a water bottle. And as you see, you just got to be a little patient, get your bottle set inside of its spot. So using it may not be the funnest thing on the planet, but at least you can now carry a water bottle on the side of your bag. Okay, so closing thoughts. This bag is phenomenal on the engineering. The external fabric is really nice, it cleans easy, and it's very durable, which is great. I guess on a travel bag, you really want that. I tend to like a little softer polyesters and stuff on the inside of the bag. This one has a little more of that waterproofing parachute style material, which I'm not a big fan of. But it's really good for the average person, especially because you can clean it pretty easily and it's durable. So, but the materials are really good on this bag. I bet it'll last a very long time. All the stitching and everything's nice too. The zippers are silky smooth, at least on this sample. They're awesome. Top handle, and just the usability to be able to switch the bag and use multiple laptops, multiple tablets, clothing, whatever else you want. I really like the brain that designed this bag. I think you did a great job, and I'm very proud of you for making such a cool bag. Pricing wise, this is in a Kickstarter phase at the time of filming, so it's like 100 something bucks for this bag if you get it during Kickstarter. It looks like the full retail price is expected to be like $238, $239, something like that. And even then, at full price, I would still endorse this bag. I think it's awesome, it covers a lot of bases, and it's really neat. So if this is something you're considering, I would snatch one up during the Kickstarter period to save yourself almost another $100. and this may be the last bag you need for a long time, especially if you go to office and work and travel and stuff too. So yeah, thank you guys for checking this out. If you need anything, just give me a message down below. Subscribe if you haven't. We're this close to hitting 5,000 at the time of filming this video, and it would help me out greatly. So thank you guys, take care, have a good one.